Live at the White House. Now, Skyler, it seems the president is stepping back from a showdown with the governors in reopening the economy today.
Hey Liz, good evening to you. Well, he is certainly walking back some of the rhetoric that he had yesterday, particularly saying that he had total authority in terms of reopening the country, instead saying that he is going to leave it up to the country's governors to decide when they are going to open, or reopen, I should say, their respective states, and just say that he is going to support whatever decision that they are going to make. And he isn't going to put any pressure on the governors to do so. But I think one of the bigger headlines today is that he says that he is going to halt the funding to the World Health Organization for failing to obtain and vet necessary information needed to help prevent the spread of this pandemic.
President Trump says the U.S. will freeze funding to the World Health Organization, pending an investigation.
So much death has been caused by their mistakes. We will continue to engage with the WHO to see if it can make meaningful reforms.
The president also announced what he calls a dynamic ventilator reserve, a ventilator sharing program among hospitals nationwide.
Within the last several days, more than 20 of our nation's largest health systems have already pledged more than 4,000 ventilators should we need them.
The president is seeking the advice of his advisors and a broad spectrum of business and labor leaders on a plan to reopen the country. He now says the decision will be made in conjunction with each state.
I will then be authorizing each individual governor of each individual state to implement a reopening and a very powerful reopening plan of their state at a time and in a manner as most appropriate.
The president also slammed congressional Democrats on Twitter, demanding they replenish the Paycheck Protection Program now.
The program, the PPP, is going to be out by this week, maybe by Thursday or Friday. So we could use the $250 to complete that program.
Democrats say they will not budge from their push to include more money for states and hospitals, on top of the request for an additional $250 billion for the popular small business loan program. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell issued a statement saying there is no time to insist on sweeping renegotiations or ultimatums.
So the president says that he is going to consult with a multitude of people in terms of trying to get this economy back up and going again. And that includes basically a who's who of industry leaders from all around the public and private sector. And he also said that there are going to be several political leaders on this council as well, trying to make the necessary decisions needed to get Americans back to work. We're here at the White House. I'm Skyler Henry, KPIX 5.